Up, world? What's up, world? What is up? We are live. Welcome to the Red Ant Zone live. I'm your host, Red Ant, and if you're new to the show, welcome to the Red Ant Zone. And no, we don't always wear the mask, but it is a special occasion. Uh, it is Ultima Lucha Part 1, and we are representing the boy, Cero Miedo Pentagon Jr., fresh from Mexico. Got the whole Pentagon Jr. gimmick. So that's what's going on there. All right, so welcome to the Red Ant Zone, and thanks for hanging out. You can catch me at Red Ant. At Red Ant 26 on Twitter, and the email is redantzone@gmail.com. So, guys, today we're going to talk about Lucha Underground. All right, Lucha Underground episode 38 to be exact, and that is going to be Ultima Lucha Part 1. All right, so Ultima Lucha Part 1 is going to consist of a few matches, and then the rest of the Ultima Lucha will take place next week in their 2 hour scenario. All right, so once again, Ultima Lucha, we're going to go through that. And just wanted to showcase this mask right now. All right. We'll let Luigi rock this for a minute. You guys just hang tight. Just stressing back up here. Once again, guys, I got that straight direct from Mexico. It came like on a little burrito or a little a burro, I should say. Because it took forever to get here. Not forever, but like, I don't know, like almost a month to get here. So, I mean, regardless, I had all the tracking info, and the guy was pretty cool about it. So, no issues there. And he makes masks all the time, so he's pretty legit. So we got Pentagon Jr. up here now, rocking off of the Luigi mask. All right, so guys, today, well, we're gonna get into the Red Ant Zone. All right, we're gonna go into the Ultima Lucha. It's episode 38. Right now, if you're new to the show, here's how it's gonna go down. I'm gonna kind of go through the show a little bit on a couple of notes that I've taken. I always stream the actual show over on the other monitor here, and kind of go through whether the match or a couple of notes, just something to look out for, and I will give my thoughts, my inputs, and then at some point, as soon as we get enough viewers, and we'll broadcast a little bit more, we will have a open forum. All right, but right now we're gonna go into. Let's just get right into it, guys. Let's not waste any time. I was gonna do some news around the world for wrestling, around the wrestling world, I should say, but we're gonna go ahead and skip that and get right into the show. So right now, and if you're following along, I've jumped ahead to the 9th minute. I got the El Rey feed on DirecTV. I'm not sure how anybody else is watching it, but that's the one I got. And you got the Mac and Cage, right? So while that match is going on, let me just take you through what the opening was. It opens with a recap of the season storylines, kind of a breeze through of it. Then it shows Dario Cueto in a tuxedo, and he's drinking champagne in jail, right? Now, mind you, he has this random girl locked up that they kidnapped a couple of weeks ago, and then he's got his brother down there who is the Beast. He's introduced as Matanza Cueto, Monster Matanza Cueto, all right? So there's a storyline there between Matanza Cueto, which is Dario's brother, the lady that's locked up, and Aztec Dragon Azteco. I forget which way he said it, but there's a backstory there. He gets into his little analogy with the pit bull and Matanza being a pit bull that's just been, I forget what it was. He said they were made violent. A pit bull in nature is not violent, but with human interaction or whatever the humans do to them, they become violent. So same thing with his brother. His brother was like his dad's circus performer or wrestler or whatever, and he became violent, I guess, because of his dad. But then he blames. So let's see. Dragon is accused of killing her parents, and no, I take that back. Um, Dragon killed her parents, right? Aztec Dragon killed her parents and blamed Dario Cueto's brother Matanza. That's the story that Dario's telling her. Okay, so he's telling her that Dragon, Aztec Dragon, killed her family, right? Her father in particular, who was leader of this, whatever it was, the Black Dragons in Japan or whatever the gimmick was there. Uh, Killed her parents and blamed his brother being Matanza. All right, so he pretty much equalized Matanza as the pitbull and then Dragon Azteco as a snake. So he kind of said that to motivate her, and that's her, sometimes it's to keep to her freedom or whatever. He said something along the lines like that. And she just starts beating up the wall. So she starts digging and kicking or punching and kicking. Sugar water for the working man. All right. And that was it on that. And they kind of cut away from that. Match one, like I told you guys, we're actually coming up on the 12th minute here. I'm going to back it up here because the finish is coming. Match one, Mac versus the Machine. They call him Cage. I'm a machine. All right, well, they introduced him originally as the Machine, and then they called him Cage. And then she introduces him, the announcer, as the man they call Cage, but I think somebody called him just the Machine. So I don't know what he's going to go by these days. But if you guys don't know, he's a machine. All right, that's Cage. All right, so this match is a false count anywhere, which pretty much means hardcore rules apply. You can, except you can pin outside the ring. Cool little spot here. Suplex on the wooden bleachers, pretty legit. They've been using a fire extinguisher, a chair, the stop sign. And a cool little note here, the Mac actually, while he was in the audience, cracked 2 beers, chugged them, did a whole kick to the gut, and did a Stone Cold Stunner. And it was called appropriately the Stunner. So kudos to Matt Striker. It is a Stunner. But it was legit to the T, a Stone Cold Stunner. I'm talking about cracking the beers, drinking on them, kicking the gut, and then stunned him. And he spit out his beer actually on the way. I don't know that Stone Cold ever spit his beer out, but the Max certainly did. Yeah, so that's my note on that. The balcony suplex, I have an exclamation point. Check that out. Sick little balcony suplex. And then to finish of the match, guys, it's coming up here. It's actually Cage. He's got him stretched out. All right, after the suplex, and they're on the balcony here. Cage has the Max stretched out, and you saw the cinder blocks as soon as they got up there, so you knew that was the finish of the match. You just knew it. He's got him set up with some kind of, well, he kind of messed up, whatever that is. So he's stretching him out. I thought he was going to go for a curb stomp, and I thought I heard curb stomp. And actually, he did curb stomp, didn't he? For some reason, I thought they didn't say it, but I don't have the volume on this one right now. But right now, at the 13-minute mark, you have, they call him Cage, kicking on Mac on top of the roof. Going for that fake stretch. He messed that up. He's kind of just pulling his arms. And then he didn't technically curb stomp him. He stomped him in the back of he just straight up on his back, not on his head. So, and then with the force, he broke the cinder block. All right, so the finish is that. The pin goes to Cage, and he's rocking that little, I don't know, Michigan colored onesie. I don't know. But yep, Brian Cage has won that match. And he's posing and flexing. And that is match one. All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump ahead. Match 2 is going to be Disciple of Death versus Ivelis, Angelico, and Son of Havoc. So you guys haven't checked this out. These are the trios champs. The last three that's named versus Disciples of Death. That's the crew that's coming out with what's his name? With Mil Muertes and Katrina. So in this match, what we're going to look out for is good flying all over. I have a note here. Angelico, exclamation point. He is all over this place. Check him out coming up the roof. Pretty legit. We're back here at the 19-minute mark, kind of reintroducing the Lucha lineup, the belt or title that they put together with the gold of the gods or whatever. I don't know what they call that. All right, the 21-minute mark, we have Katrina in the middle of the ring holding up the Stone of Power, introducing the Disciples of Death. And side note here, these guys were given names today. I did not jot them down because I do not care that much. As they start to distinguish themselves, I may make the effort to jot down the name. But until that day comes, they're just going to be DOD random number 1, 2, and 3. I forgot what one of them names was. It kind of stood out, but clearly not because I don't remember it now at this point. Is it Sinister? It might be Sinister. I don't know. All right, so right now they're out. And here's my little side note. Ivelis is still selling the leg, the broken ankle, whatever the case may be. I don't know if it's legit broken, shoe broken. But she's been selling that for weeks now. For weeks. So I don't know. So that's going to come into play in the match somehow. Spoiler alert, I have all the answers to the test, so yes, it will come into play. And the 22-minute mark, moving on, going to a commercial break. And what we're going to look out for, the fight between Katrina and Ivelis at the end is a great spot. And Katrina comes in with the Power Stone, hits her out pretty good. So yeah, we might. When I say we, I say I, because there's nobody watching right now. So you know what? I'm gonna take the extra second to rewatch this a little bit with you guys. 28-minute mark, Ultima Lucha, episode 38. This is Ultima Lucha Part 1. We have the Trios Champs versus the Disciples of Death. Kind of a CF right now in the ring. You got DOD 1, DOD 2. We'll call him Gold DOD. He's got a 13 on his mask, so he can be 13 DOD, number 13. Goldie, we'll call him. And I don't know what this guy's working. What does he got on? I can't tell. All right. Anyway, and that's what it is. It's not important. All right. So it is what it is. All right. So the match is going on. You have Goldie with Angelico up for like a torture rack. There's like a crazy spin move right there. That was pretty legit. And I do remember this match being cool. So I'm gonna actually sit here with you guys and watch that. And I am gonna watch it as Pentagon Jr. If you guys don't mind, just for fun. Just kidding, guys. Relax. Yeah, but I'm excited to have the Pentagon Jr. match. Pretty legit, guys. I have to find a good spot for this because Luigi can't be wearing it the whole time. All right, so the match is continuing. You have Angelico on the outside versus DOD number 13. You got Goldie using the crutch on Ivelis, beating her down a little bit. I think that's 13 again in the ring against Son of Havoc. He goes out to Goldie. Son of Havoc is running the ropes, jumps out to one side, jumps back inside, and jumps out to the other side. Suicide dive on both sides by Son of Havoc. And there goes Angelico over the top rope onto random jabroni number 3, DOD number, I think that's silver DOD. Yeah. Goldie DOD's outside, getting beat up by Iveli's taking the crutch to the neck. Angelico with a sick kick on Goldie right there. Damn. Ran the ropes and everything. Nice move. Goes for the pin. I guess he's wearing a purple mask. The other DOD? I can't tell. It looks, yeah, okay, so he's going to be purple. Purple or periwinkle. I'm not sure what kind of color that is. It all depends. There you go. All right, cool. All right. All right, so right now we got DOD purple. We've got Iveli's in this this leg kind of hold behind his neck. And Goldie's kind of intimidating her. 13's over on the other side. And Son of Havoc is jumping in, trying to defend and save. And you got Goldie and Silver over here. And throwing Son of Havoc into the ropes. Son of Havoc runs back. Completely botched that spot. Sorry to say. I don't want to call him out, but didn't even make contact. But whatever. He knocked them both down. Switch to Angelico going to the top of the ropes with, who's that, purple? DOD purple. Yep, DOD purple's up top with Angelico. Here's the crazy spots are coming up with Angelico. Again, man, this Angelico cat, it's pretty legit, man. He got some pretty cool flying moves. All right. So if you are following along, nobody's watching. Last week I got a couple likes, so thank you for that. Couple viewers on that, so appreciate that. If you guys have any comments, leave the comments. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share it, whatever you want to do with it. And then we'll do this every week. Every week, guys, we're going to be here, and we're going to be going through some lucha. So join the fun. This is a fun venture for me. Not too serious. I'm not going to charge you. Not going to tell you to sign up for something. Not going to make you a VIP member. Not going to have you donate to Patreon. Just come in and watch. Just hang out. We'll talk lucha and any other wrestling, actually, as we grow. And there goes Angelico off the roof onto the temple floor, laying everybody out. That was so sick. I think he busted his lip open. If not, he was just kind of selling it there. But he was bleeding from the mouth there. It was no John Cena bleeding from the mouth, mind you, where, you guys saw Monday Night Raw, John Cena got his nose all busted up. Nothing like that, but there's a little bit of blood on Angelico's mouth as they show him there laying on the floor. All right, so I believe we're coming up on the finish here. We got Katrina creeping around the ring, getting into the ring now. Iveli's is in there. And now Katrina's in there with the stone in her hand, holding it up, almost to resurrect the DODs. So the DODs are all laid out right now, and now with the power of the Rock. The power of the Rock compels you. And now the DOD's standing up. Iveli's is standing up with her crutches. Katrina doesn't see her. And we're going to do the whole spot where she turns around. And, oh no, she's there. And she's dropping her crutches. Iveli's, that is. Don't use now. Don't use now. Don't use pronouns. Say the goddamn name. Sorry. I'm sorry, Vince. I'm sorry. Iveli's just arm drag Katrina. And now she's pouncing on her. Kind of throwing some blows into her face. Okay. And now, anyway, so the finish of this is going to be Katrina's going to hit her with the stone. They're going to try to reach for the stone right now. Katrina's going to be on top. She reaches for the stone. Blocks her. Boom. Boom. Lights out. Just a one hit. Just a one-hit wonder. Just lights out for Iveli's. And that is all. That is all. Goldie comes in for the pin. Katrina just watching. And Katrina will deliver the lick of death. And the excitement here, new trios champs, everybody. New trios champs. The Disciples of Death are your new trios champs. So that's cool. That's the first title exchange I think we've seen since they've made titles in Lucha. So that's interesting. Yeah, I think they were champions for like 3 weeks or something, 4 weeks. Pretty respectable reign. I mean, 4 weeks. Some people have it for 2 seconds. You know. All right, we are back, and we're actually on the 40-minute mark for the El Rey Network DirecTV feed. If you guys are following along, we're cutting through the warehouse right now, and now we are in the audience. And what's going to go up here, guys? Let's just jump right into it. We have match number 3. Oh, this is a fun one. This is Hernandez versus Drago on the Believers Backlash match. So it's pretty much get whooped every time you leave the ring. The Believers are going to be outside the ring as lumberjacks, except instead of beating you down with nothing in their hands, they have straps that they beat you down with. So that's an interesting twist on things. I like it. All right. Little side note here. When Drago comes out and Hernandez comes out, the audience is actually chanting, "Drago's gonna kill you," in that whole NXT kind of thing. I don't know if it's not exclusive to NXT, but when you do hear it, usually hear it there. It's like Drago's gonna kill you. I always hear that NXT, so that's why I said that. All right, so what's this? No, that Drago thrown out. No hitch. Oh yeah, okay. So the side note here, little note is when Drago goes outside of the ring, nothing happens to him. He's untouched. And then when Hernandez gets thrown out of the ring or falls out of the ring, the lumberjacks eat him alive. The Believers start whooping that ass. I mean, you can say that professional wrestling is fake, but I dare you to take a strap like that and take it multiple times and without getting pissed off and firing off on somebody. Hernandez took a lashing there. I mean, he got his ass whooped. Yeah, welts all over his stuff, man. All right, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I thought he used to have a tattoo on his back that said Hernandez. Did he get it covered up with something colorful? Is that what's going on there? I don't know. You guys let me know. All right, anyway, Hernandez is now in the ring, and actually, and another side note here, Drago, one of pretty legit entrance, I'm a fan. I said this since day one. I like Drago. Well, since episode 3, I want to say, is when they introduced Phoenix, Pentagon, and Drago. Anyway, I digress. We're going to jump ahead here from the 44-minute mark. And who we got standing out here, actually? Little side note, Hernandez is getting his ass whooped outside the ring, and he calls for a timeout. He gets mad on sometimes. He pushes the Believers away. And Hernandez hits the Razor's Edge onto the outside Believers. That was a nice spot there. And then Hernandez flies into the Dragon Mist is what I have here. Is another side note. So we're going to see that. I'm actually going to jump ahead. Hernandez goes under the ring. He comes out, gets whooped some more. Drago pulls out the nunchucks, which he proceeds to hit Hernandez with. I think he only got 1 or 2 shots off before the nunchucks broke. I think they got him in the Toys R Us section of the dollar spot. Because them things they broke quick. He pulls out the nunchuck, they break on Hernandez, and he sets up a table. God damn it, who is he? I'm sorry, Vince. I'm sorry. Damn, who does set up the table? Drago sets up the table. Drago flies through the table, rolls into the ring, hits a splash, and Drago wins. I probably just messed up that sequence, so I'm going to kind of jump into it here in a second. Okay. The spot where he just hit the razor's edge onto the outside. And what I like about Hernandez Super Mex is El Drago did set up the table. Okay, I like Super Mex his attitude, the way he kind of just strolls around the ring and does all that. It's kind of funny to me. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I think it's hilarious. Um, just kind of shows his cockiness and arrogance. All right. So at the end of the match, I told you guys it was Drago flies through the table. He rolls into the ring. He hits the splash on Hernandez, and that was because of the miss that he got hit with, the dragon miss that Hernandez got hit with. So that's why he won. All right. And then the last scene of the match, and that was the last match of the night. We see an introduction to Aztec Dragon, the Dragon Azteca, and he has a quick combat with the Temple Guard. We didn't know who he was at first, but he kind of did a hand-to-hand combat with the Temple Guard, like one of those, I guess, a Robert Rodriguez / Quentin Tarantino kind of film. What are those combat scenes? Which is pretty good. I like it. I'm a fan. Now he combats with the Temple Guard. Then he's finally allowed to enter the temple. So there is a connection there between Prince Puma, Aztec Dragon, and girl in cage. All right, the girl locked up. Right. I don't know if I ever got her name. I don't remember. You guys tweet it to me or shoot me an email or leave me a comment. Let me know. And then the guard said something like he brought her to me once, so he's referring to. I'm sorry. Aztec Dragon says that the Prince Puma brought her to him one time. So he's referring to the girl in the cage. I don't know if that's his sister. I doubt it. I forget what the connection there is. But there was a storyline there. Well played storyline, I would add. I just think, it was a very, not super detailed, but a little bit more detail than you would get on like a regular wrestling show, I should say, because of the quality, because of the production quality that they have. They go into great length and detail to kind of set up a story and give you that feel that there's a story here, but then there's also a show, and it revolves around wrestling. So the wrestling's there, but then the series is also going on. You guys understand? Like one of those novellas, whatever. All right, so that actually concludes the match portion of Lucha Underground. All right. So in my notes to summarize, guys, pretty legit card today. Ultima Lucha episode 38. We saw the Mac versus the Cage. All right, where we saw the Cage winning. He went over on the Mac via curb stomp onto a cinder block on top of the rooftop. Pretty cool. Match number 2 was the DOD, Disciples of Death, with Katrina. New champs defeating the Trios champs, and some nice fly spots there. So check that match out for sure. The story there is still Ivelis is hurt, and now what's going to happen with those, Ivelis and Son of Havoc and all those guys now that they've lost. I like them together. Match 3 is the Believers Backlash match with Drago versus Hernandez, where Hernandez got his ass whooped, literally, and then he got whooped. Just kidding. Drago did win the match. He hit him with the Dragon Mist. Nice little spot there, and pinned him. The end on that. And we had an introduction to Aztec Dragon, and now he's gonna apparently looks like he's gonna either enter the competition. It kind of has a Mortal Kombat feel to me right now. Like, choose your fighter, choose your destiny. It's almost like a tournament feel, although it's not really a tournament. But this guy's coming in to the temple, almost like it's, I don't know, Outworld, and he's like Raiden or Liu Kang, and he's just kind of trying to be a part of this new show or new whatever the case may be. He's trying to right the wrong, or he's gonna do some kind of vengeance or some kind of vigilante stuff. Who knows? All right. I would open the floor, however, nobody's watching today, so we can skip that. I don't see any questions there in particular. So what we can do, um, I didn't prepare word of the day for today, so I'll get it on the next one. So that would be the only thing I did not do. And then we're going to add the random PSA during these broadcasts. So what my PSA today will be, and I did a Periscope about it. You guys check it out, RedAnt26, Twitter RedAnt26, pretty legit. I did a little rant about driving in the rain. All right, so it goes something like this. If you're driving in the rain and you are the driver and you have access to the steering wheel, I have a PSA for you. Don't put your hazard lights on while you're still in motion and driving through the rain. There is no reason for that. Yes, we all know it's raining, but now we know you're an idiot because clearly you do not understand the concept of the hazard lights. Because the hazard lights are there so that when you're slowing down, we know to slow down, or when you're stopped on the side of the road, we can see you. It's not to announce, hey, it's raining, I'm a dumbass, I'm scared, please don't hit me, I'm going to put my blinkers on. Because we think, the smart people driving think, you're stopped. And they're like, whoa, why is this guy stopped? But then he's moving, but then he stopped. All right? And then the other numbnuts on the other spectrum is the person who doesn't turn their lights on during the rain. This person thinks that because they have a fancy car that has daytime running lights, that their lights are on. However, the daytime running lights just usually run your front lights, and that's why they always tell you to put your headlights on. So you actually have to hit the little button that says headlights, because that way your back lights will go on. And that just means that when somebody's driving in the heavy rain and they can't see 2 feet in front of them, they can at least see your tail lights, as opposed to seeing the brake lights a second too late. All right, so that is my public service announcement for today. Besides that, guys, if you like what you see, if you like what you see, like what you see. Share it, comment, subscribe. Let me know. All right, folks. This concludes the Lucha Underground review for Ultima Lucha Part 1. I will be back next week. We're going to review Ultima Lucha Part 2. I am diligently working on trying to get some of these people to come on the show, kind of do a review like we did on the last show. But with the transition to the new channel, the work schedule's kind of not lining up. It may just be me going through it, deal with it, come back and check it out. I will be here, and I will see you guys next week. Once again, thanks for hanging out. I am Red Ant. This is the Red Ant Zone. We are live. Adios.